If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Pauly Howard, Mike Paul, Mitch back tomorrow. Jeff Seeley to talk golf. Matt Humans and Tony Rizzo. Thanks for all the tweets, by the way. Seager just went on the IL about 10 minutes ago. So forget his props. Thanks for the tweets on that one as he's crushed it against Freeland, but no Seager tonight. We go out, the Progressive Guest Line, our guy Tony Rizzo. Follow him on X, ESPN Cleveland, on the Progressive Guest Line. Gloomy Gus, I imagine. I mean, this factory of sadness in Cleveland. I was so excited for this series. I thought the Cavs had a great shot to go to the finals. Rizzo, what do you think now? You're an 8-point favorite, even though you're down 3-1 in the series. Take it away, kid.
All right, let me say this. If you'd have told me the Celtics weren't going to the Eastern Conference Finals, I would be like, oh, my God, it's our year.
Yep.
Guys, it's a confluence of things. Everybody wants to know why the Cavs are down 3-1. It's as much as you don't want to say it's injuries, it's attitude, it's mental toughness, it's physical toughness. There's a difference between winning in the regular season and winning in the postseason. That's the NBA. Cavs might have been built for the regular season, but not for the postseason. And I cannot believe they're down 3-1 tonight.
Yep.
I cannot believe it.
Yep.
I've got to believe they come through tonight. So Mitchell's going to play, okay, or try to play. But how effective is the question. And can they handle – if I'm Indiana, oh, my God. And Rick Carlisle, I'll give him credit. He is out-coached. Yeah, the coach of the year, Kenny Atkinson. He's out-coached him in this series. His kids have been more physical, tough. They've been more mentally tough.
Yep.
And I cannot believe where the Cavaliers are right now. Cleveland is freaking out, guys.
Yep. Well, why'd you change your mind? I mean, because you said they were the real deal before the playoffs, and it was just between the injuries and what happened in the Game 2 debacle?
Yes. Two things. Number one, the injuries, 3 All-Stars are injured in this series. And come on, guys, it's mathematics. The other thing is that Game 2 loss, when you were up 7 points with 48 seconds left and you lost that game, can you mentally come back from that? I don't know. Now, I expect the best effort tonight at home. You know, Cavs don't want to go down on their own home floor. But can they win 3 games? Pauly, come on. That's asking a lot.
Well, you're a little bit doom and gloom here. I mean, Cleveland's been the better team in 2 games, 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. Indiana's been the better team in 2 games, 1 and 4. You proved you could win at Indianapolis here.
Yeah.
I mean, don't give up hope.
Mike Palm, you're a wise guy. And Vegas's line tells you all you need to know tonight. Yeah. But it would only be 1 game. Then you got to go to Indiana and win Thursday. And if there's a 7 in Vegas, you'd have to win there. That's asking a lot. Yeah, could they win tonight? Yeah, I actually picked them to win tonight. I don't think they're going to go down, the number 1 seed on their home floor and national TV. I don't think they're going to go down tonight. But to win this series, you blew it in Game 2.
They did.
That was the difference.
They did.
It was.
To your point, too, though, what happened? This is a top 10 defense. And I know you got to give Indiana credit, but bombs away from 3. They didn't guard the 3 well against Miami. It's continued here. Points in the paint and the rebounds are killing them. I thought this was a tough team, especially with Allen down low and Mobley. Those putbacks on those rebounds, the putback to make it a 5-point game in Game 2 didn't box out, and then they got the offensive rebound on the missed free throw when Halliburton hit the 3.
You have the advantage rebounding, and the last game, the 2 bigs had 4 or 5 rebounds between them. Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. And I'm going to tell you something. if Brian Winters said this on my show today, if Indiana keeps playing like they have today, Pauly, what are the odds to win the title? He goes, Indiana can win the title. They could beat the Knicks, and they could beat whoever comes out of the West.
I totally agree.
True story. The way they're playing right now, the way they're playing right now is insane. They're making their shots.
Yep.
They're making their threes. The Cavs are not making their threes. Cavaliers' success this year, guys, has been built on making their threes during the regular season. I think it's 40-something percent to 20-something percent for the threes. Mm-hmm. And that's the NBA today. It's not like, these kids aren't going to the paint anymore. There's no mid-range jumpers. If you hit your threes, you win. If you don't, you lose. Ask the Boston Celtics about that. Come on.
Pacers are plus 750 at draft. They were 125-1 in April. I saw the tickets. I mean, it's wild what's happened here.
Playing really well.
Yeah.
Confluence of things. Cavs injuries, softness, and the Pacers are playing really well right now. It happens. But I'm going to tell you, this city's sick. They're sick. I'm here at the arena tonight, okay, guys? And it's the Cavs fans will come through tonight and everything. You can't go down 41 points, Pauly, at halftime. You ever seen that in your life?
No. This would, to really drive the stake through your heart here, this would only be the third time that a team wins 64-plus games and can't even make the conference finals as well. I know. I'm sorry about that, kid. So you made a good point off air. And you went through this as well with the nonsense with the lottery last night, and you can share the story of a family member as well. So you were there, and he's from the Believe Land documentary and also the movie Draft Day, our friend Tony Rizzo. So they had a 1.8% chance when LeBron left. Oh, convenient. They got the number one pick. Then he's coming back to Cleveland from, the Cavs get the number one pick again. So you know how this kind of works out with these compelling stories, how it goes their way, and the 14-year-old sitting up there like David Kahn said. What do you make last night out of Dallas? 1.8% chance, and it just sets up for Nico Harris, and he keeps his job now.
Guys, I make this. They don't want teams tanking. NBA doesn't want teams tanking. They want the teams that Midland tank, that sign a bad contract, but you're still competitive. You're 1, 2, 3. Third year in a row, the worst team in the league got the 5th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Like, that is by design. The league is anti-tanking. And I'm not going to say they were happy for the Mavs. I know everybody thinks it's fixed. It's not, okay? My daughter works for the Mavs, okay? It was a great day for them. They lost Luka and got, the flag. They captured the flag. So, not going to lie.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they don't want you tanking. You stay somewhat competitive and have a chance in the lottery, and there's a chance to win. I think they need to show this publicly.
There it is.
How this works.
There it is.
Yes.
Well said.
So it's behind the scenes. That's why everybody thinks it's so fixed. Show us the ping pong balls. Show us what's going on. Show us who wins and how they win legitimately, and then no one can have a question about it.
I agree. I don't care how boring it is. You have to do that, or all this stuff's going to continue, like this 1% BS and the crap that's happened going back as well. He has the number one selling jersey. Tell us about Sanders Mania.
Good kid. Mike, you're going to die, Michael. I think he can play. But here's the problem. Hold on. Here's the problem. Shedeur is a guy that's not going to look good at the combine. He doesn't have a tight spiral. He doesn't have outstanding traits. He's not big, fast. He's not in games. He wins games. He's a game manager. And I don't know if he's going to be able to prove that in this preseason. Guys, the Browns have 4 quarterbacks. Flacco, Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur. How are you going to get everybody a real chance to win the job in training camp? It's mathematically impossible. And what the feeling is Flacco and Pickett will not play in the preseason. The kids will, and they'll figure it out. But that's a really tough spot to be in for the Browns. And they're looking to next year. I've seen these drafts, all these kids, the South Carolina kid, the Arch Manning. Arch Manning's not coming out. Pauly, can we agree? He's going to play another year. His uncle, Peyton, played another year at Tennessee. He's not going to play 1 year. So is that quarterback class everything everybody thought? I don't know. We'll see. Yep. You can't put your eggs in next year's basket. I think that's very risky.
Are you going to London?
Of course. Taking a plane full of people. Okay. 200. We have a chartered flight to go to London. True Fan Travel. Great company. And we're going to London. I'm actually going to Ireland next month for another trip. But we're going to London. And week 5, my prediction was, ready for this guy? Sanders comes in week 5 and leads the Brown on a win streak and starts in London. How fun would that be?
That'd be great for you. You need some positive stuff there. Factory of sadness. All right, Gloomy Gus. Great to talk to you. We'll see you this weekend.
What do you mean gloomy? What?
You said it's over.
I'll see you at the Circa swim, the stadium swim Sunday.
You got it. All right, you got my number. Thank you.
All right, guys.
And Palm's got the comp waiting for you, too. All right.
Tony Rizzo, +1.
He says he's down. Well, he's right about how with the point spread, laying 8. But I like what you said. They outplayed them till the meltdown in Game 2, and they went there and kicked their ass in Game 3. Game 4, you throw out. You couldn't match their intensity. Mitchell, it was an all-timer. They had 80 points. You couldn't score. Mitchell got hurt, whatever.
Well, they had a perfect second quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, would they make their last 11 jumpers or whatever?
But Indiana was 53% from 3 in Game 1. You still came back and had the lead till they made all the plays in the fourth.
What if they win tonight and they win Thursday? Is he flying back to Cleveland for Game 7?
Yeah, he better.
All right, so tentative for Stadium Swim on Sunday.
Absolutely.
We will show the game if you want to stay here. Somebody else can take your post, Tony.
Rapid fire with MLB in play and the 3 playoff games tonight. 2 in the NBA, 1 in the NHL. Plethora of props as well coming up on Follow the Money. Visa and the Sports Betting Network, Sirius XM Channel 158.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, we got a lot of news. Reds, White Sox in a rain delay. St. Louis, Philly rained out. Likewise, Twins and Orioles, no score in the first. Brewers and the Guardians. And Tatum had surgery today, repair the Achilles, and God knows how long he's out. Could be a year. I agree with Pat Forty. You can kiss this season goodbye, and maybe next year for the Celtics. We'll find out what they're made of tomorrow in Brown. They're laying 4.5. 1 hockey game tonight. Oh, by the way, Stolars was at practice. Thanks to Luke, our producer, for sending that in as he was on the ice with the team. See if he goes tomorrow for the Leafs. This is just backwards. And the power rating is based on regular season, what Winnipeg did, winning the President's Trophy, and also Hellebuck playing at home and how well he did regular season. We know he had the shutout in Game 2, but we also know it's road Hellebuck, which, again, the numbers, 9 of the 10 losses have been by 3+ goals. 1-8 last 9. Goals against is hideous. He's been pulled in 4 of the last 5, and this year he's 0-4 with a 6.65 on the road. And worst goalie in the playoffs so far based on all the numbers. Yet Dallas was $1.40. You're seeing a 165 at Will Hill Caesars. They're $1.10 to win in regulation. Their team total is lower than the Knights last night. It's 2.5 over -$2. It's 3.5 plus 115. It's 4.5 over plus 270. Again, that cashed in every game but one against St. Louis, home and road. And then it cashed in the 5-2 win, obviously, in Game 3. So I agree with Dennis, season on the line, but I also have zero confidence in this team and in Hellebuck tonight. Why is Dallas so cheap? I can't believe it.
Well, look, they came back. They got blown out in Game 3 at St. Louis. They came back. They were road favorites. They got blown out in Game 4 at St. Louis. They came back. They were road favorites in Game 6.
Yep.
They got beat by 3 in Game 3 here in Dallas, and they come back a short dog again. So, I mean, Winnipeg's getting bet in every single game in the playoffs, which you wouldn't think it's a lot of public money on Winnipeg, right? I mean, this is kind of a niche sport to begin with, the betting.
Yeah.
And then it's a Canadian team from a very small market. But they continue to, and I think you have to take advantage by being on the other side here. However you want to play it, Paul, whether you want to play over 2.5, whether you want to play stars and regulations, a very interesting angle.
Sure.
I doubt it's going to be 5-5 at the end of 60.
Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah. And a save prop is 22.5. Which you take the under on that too.
But the problem is, what if he gets pulled? You're never going to get
absolutely
over 20,
why.
right? That has to be a factor.
Yeah.
The first game he didn't get pulled, but remember it was 2-2 almost halfway through the third.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of got him there in that game. And there wasn't an empty net. He gave up 5.
It is odd based because you felt maybe he'd turn the corner, not only with the shutout, but what he said after the Game 7 win against St. Louis.
Never at no point did I think he was going to turn the corner.
Oh, really?
He's fine at home. But I mean, at no point did I think he was going to turn the corner.
I thought those comments were great, though, about the weight of the world off my shoulders.
He gave up 2 bad goals early, too.
Yeah, I did.
The weight of the world. The Blues go into a shell. They don't try to attack the empty net. Yeah. They don't try to challenge. You should be challenging Winnipeg at their blue line. Instead, you're waiting. You're all huddled up. You let them carry it in the zone for 2 minutes, and you got bit.
Yeah. Rantanen to have 2+ points, plus 150. Scheifele to have a point, $1.75. Heiskanen's back. He is plus 120 to have a point. Robertson's $1.15. And as far as the goal scores, Rantanen plus $1.40. We're in Aaron Judge home run territory now with these numbers. Plus 140 to score a goal. Connor, Dennis Bernstein likes plus 160. Scheifele's 2-1. Robertson's 2-1. I don't mind first period over tonight either. I don't mind that at all. So, $1.50, $1.10 in regulation with the one hockey game. What do you think of the NBA now? Doubleheader, do or die. Cavs 8, 231.5 the total. Everything Rizzo said was accurate in terms of what's happened, rebounds, points in the paint, and Indiana attacking the basket and getting whatever they want. But certainly they've been great from 3. He's right about that. The Cavs had their issues in the first couple games from 3. They were awesome in Game 3, and then what happened in Game 4, total domination. You're paying a season on the line tax, but this would only happen to a couple cities, and Cleveland's one of them. 28 times a team has won 64-plus games. Only 2 failed to reach the conference finals. Cleveland would be number 3. I think it's outrageous to lay 8 tonight with Cleveland.
Oh, I can't.
I can't imagine.
I wouldn't do it with your money.
No.
I wouldn't do it.
And the confidence and what the Pacers are doing with Carlisle playing go fast, speed it up, and I think it's correlated as well. Pacers and over here. Plus, about Mitchell's health, even though he's going to play, and then also with Garland, who hasn't given you much since he came back as well. And then the Thunder are 10. And 221 against the Nuggets. Series tied at 2. OKC now favored to win the whole thing. It is wild. If OKC blows this, the Knicks would have home court the rest of the way, assuming they take out the Celtics. How wild that would be. I've never seen Joker play this poorly before. In a 3-game stretch, by the way. And the Clippers blew that series as well. But he looks gassed. He looks out of it. And again, Denver could be gassed because they don't play a lot of guys. Westbrook struggled the last couple of games. What Porter am I going to get? But having said all that, this series should have been over. It should have been a sweep. Much like Cleveland giving it away in Game 2, OKC was up 9 with 2:40 left and lost Game 1. Chet misses the free throws, the nonsense down the stretch, fouling up 3. And then you're up 3 with 40 seconds left in Game 3. And SGA kept shooting and missing, and Williams was hot, and they didn't get him the ball. Denver continues to play a lot of zone and throw zone at OKC, but I would think at this point now they've seen it all, and these others are going to play better at home and knock down their shots and knock down their threes and get a big boost from their home fans. But it's been wild. I mean, they set the record in Game 2 and drop 149, and then they go to Denver and can't do anything offensively, and we've seen the total come down considerably here. So it's now down to 221. What do you make of the spread 10?
Too much. I think it's too much, especially as the total goes down. That becomes relevant to the point spread. I just think that's too high. I can't lay it in that spot either. I would be more inclined to take it with Denver in this game and to play the over in the first game. If you told me you have to bet each game, I think I'm going to be watching Stars in Winnipeg tonight, and mix in a little baseball. These series don't become interesting really to me until if Cleveland wins tonight. Then you have a good Game 6 on Thursday. In Indianapolis.
All right. MLB, any side stick out to you?
I think I'm going to play Framber.
Yeah,
I think he's pretty
been good.
cheap. He wasn't bad. He pitched 8 innings in Kansas City, 10 days ago, and gave up 2 runs. They just didn't score for him, and I like the way he looked in Milwaukee, so we'll see. Now, our guy Jensen Lewis on the VSiN morning line, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern time every day with the minute Marine, Dave Ross, said he's one of the fake aces because I gave him my whole deal with I call the fake aces, and I went through a whole list of Pablo Lopez was one of them I put up there. He agreed with me on that fake ace. Yeah. He said Framber's the biggest fake ace of them all, and so far he's been right this year. But we'll see if it bears out and if he turns the corner a little bit.
Why is Robbie Ray so cheap?
Why did the Cubs get bet off the board against Robbie Ray last time out on that Saturday? When they haven't lost a game with Robbie Ray, right? No. And they won 3-1 that day when they bet the Cubs off the board.
It's been rock solid. Yeah. So I like the Giants and Ray. They've won every start. Really like the Yankees. Fried's been dynamite. He's $1.50 against the reeling Mariners. I like the Yurfee in the Dodger game. Springs has allowed the most first-inning runs. And Freeman over total bases. He continues to rake. Mookie's on a tear as well. What was the other one I wanted from a prop standpoint? Oh, Merrill, as I said earlier. Jackson Merrill, what he's done since coming off the IL. 14 of 23. 7 RBIs in the last 5 games. And do you want to fade Soler? You can do that as well. 0 for 20 against Cease with 12 strikeouts. Kike also has good numbers against Springs. He's 4 of 9. So you can play his hits or total bases as well. MLB call. 1-0 Cleveland, bottom of the first.
Jose Ramirez home run.
Bet. Yeah, okay. You see they had 5 stolen bases yesterday?
Yeah.
That's something to keep an eye on. And Detroit, number 1 in run differential. They go in 10 minutes against the Red Sox. Holton against Bayo. That was weird with the Devers prop. He got a hit in the first inning, had a couple walks, and it's a blowout, so they took him out. Or what happened, right? So Detroit, $1.20. And, again, several guys are mashing for Detroit. You can look at Baez props, Torkelson props, and Torres, what they've done. And they have great numbers here lately. And I don't mind Abreu hit a home run. 5 home runs last 8 games for the Red Sox. Total 8.5. Detroit, again, number 1 in run differential. And good numbers there. Figure something could go in this Cubs game as well with that great offense. And Miami Cubs are number 2 in stolen bases. Miami's allowed the most stolen bases, and their pitching's pathetic. Derek Stevens on a tease. Any hints? The big announcement next week with the contest. A lot of games are out with the schedule with the NFL, College World Series, the travel, the book. We've booked the trip. We'll talk about that as well coming up on Follow the Money.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Back on Follow the Money, Sirius XM Channel 158. Pauly Howard, Mike Palm in pocket coming up every Tuesday at this time. It's the King in the North, Derek Stevens, owner of Circa, the D, and Golden Gate, joins us now to chop it up and talk shop. How you doing, King?
Good. How you doing?
All right, my man.
I feel awkward. I'm in Mitch's seat. Usually on Tuesdays, I'm over there.
You got it through your curveball.
Mike's kind of mixing us up here.
I moved quickly.
Aha.
How about the news today? How well did you know Pete Rose and maybe a Rose story that he's now off the ban list and eligible for the Hall of Fame?
I met P. Rose at Cashman Field. He would come out. He'd watch a couple, 2-3 games a year back when I owned the AAA team here. He'd sit up there and come out with some different people. Never stopped shaking hands and talking to people. But that ended up becoming what he was doing for a job. You remember he sat at the Forum Shops,
sign all day,
6 hours a day.
I know.
Sign whatever you want. He's making a pretty good little score there. I only knew him obviously much later. By then he was clearly a different guy than when he was playing and all that. He was a pretty humbled guy, I would say. But he was always very friendly to every kid he ever saw, and friendly to everybody that I was ever around. And then, I would say a little time went by, and then when we opened up Circa, Mike, we got to see him and Barry were pretty good buddies. And Pete would come here for dinner pretty often. So he was at Circa quite a bit in our first few years we were open. Yeah,
he was around for the Maddox events as well. And so it was nice getting to speak. Very open with the public. Anybody who wanted to talk to him, get an autograph or take a picture. We're just about a month away from the College World Series. I know this is a big deal for you. About 10 years ago, remember Derek said Super Regional Weekend will become bigger than the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. Now, obviously, the NCAA tournament started to peter out, and there isn't as much interest. So that
could be coming what happened today. That happened this year, right? 2025. So I think that it's getting closer, Mike.
But you've got a crew out there today from VSiN and from Circa
we do.
Scouting it out. How excited are you for taking the whole town of Las Vegas out there with you to Omaha?
Good. We got Rami Wilbo out the Bill 80 miles out there. They're all checking it out.
Unbelievable.
They're at Rocco's. They're checking out all the technical situation and make sure everything works out good.
This is the spot?
That's
with the Jello shots, and they keep track with the track.
You're actually in the Jello shot room. You are.
Oh my God!
You had Mitch are in the Jello shot room.
This would be better than when you went to Phoenix Super Bowl and did the Jello.
And then we got Stormy and JVT going out there, right? So
all right.
So it should be good. So they're all out there checking it out. I'm getting texts from everybody about how it looks, how everything looks real good. And this year they're actually going to have even a trial because Omaha lights itself up here starting a week from today. No, a week from tomorrow, I think. Big Ten tournaments out there. So Big Ten, top 12 teams in the Big Ten make the tournament. So there's a little bit of a battle going on this weekend. It's the last weekend of the season. Top 12 make it, and they all go to Omaha because that's where the Big Ten tournament is.
Mm-hmm. Iowa's in the mix. They're a good team this year.
Yeah, they are. I think they're probably going to be one or two, probably two. I know the guys out there are saying, boy, if they could get Iowa against Nebraska, it's going to sell out. They'll have 25,000 people at Schwab. So that kind of sets the table for what happens College World Series a couple weeks later. So.
All right, the trip is booked. We'll be out there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You might go me through withdrawals because that's the U.S. Open as well. You're not going to do with your in-play with the golf, which you love to bet now.
Yeah, but fortunately, remember where we are in Omaha. There's no gambling in Nebraska, yet there's more gamblers per capita than probably any other city in America. But you just got to go. You just got to go down the road a little bit, and you're in Iowa. So we're going to have a shuttle bus to take you over.
Oh, beautiful.
Over, yeah. We'll put a beer in your hand. We'll take a little shuttle bus. You go over here, you go make your bet, then you come back to Rocco's.
All right. How about a tease? How about a hint? The announcement next Thursday, you, Benson, and Mike Palm, as you're going to tell us what the contests are going to be, the changes in the guarantee.
Yeah, the last couple of days we've been kind of sweating out all these leaks. Just got to make sure nothing crazy happened. But so far, it all sounds good. I mean, you're going to have that triple header. You got the triple header on Christmas, so that's a real good thing. We probably know who the first two games are if they flip flop them like they did last year, but we don't know that for sure. It may not be the case. Lot of television stuff. I mean, this YouTube exclusive from Brazil, so that's happening. So far everything seems to be falling in line. We have to wait till we officially know tomorrow. Because you have to make a couple last minute, rule adjustments and submit them to gaming. So I think everything's so far so good.
Okay.
You made a comment when the opener came out, Cowboys Eagles. that might be a heavily used game in Survivor if the Eagles weren't a part of any of the Thanksgiving or Christmas. Well, now we also know the Eagles are Black Friday, so they might be a part of that Thanksgiving window, depending on the rules.
Yeah. It was interesting with the opening. That look ahead line on Philly is what was that a 7, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think we've seen a 7 in a while, and you never know how spring or summer camp's going to go. I mean, the Eagles could go off anywhere from maybe a 5 up to a 10, depending on how things look. If you got a 10, that might make you think about the Eagles. Remember, we had that rule we implemented a couple years ago that you could go in with a maximum number of entries into the Sunday. So, that's something that may come into play more this year than in years past.
It was in play, and I think a lot of people may have used them, but now you got the Eagles on the Black Friday game.
Yeah.
That kind of throws a wrench into things.
Depending on what else is on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, well, a couple things are going to happen now. I mean, the Chiefs lobbied for 2 decades to be Thanksgiving Day game, the last game, and they were always turned down. But I think what's happened now is the Chiefs had been lobbying for 2 decades for that. The Chiefs have now locked themselves into Christmas. They're going to own Christmas just like the way the Cowboys and Lions have for a long, long time. I mean, the Lions, I don't know how many years, 6 decades or something like that. And how long have the Cowboys been doing it now? 40 years probably?
Since the 70s for sure.
Yeah, I just watched 50s. America's Sweethearts, and they talked about it. How big deal. That was a great series, by the way. I enjoyed that.
56.
Hard knocks for the cheerleaders.
Well, back. Thanks, Luke. Chiefs 4.5 against Denver on Christmas. The other takeaway I had was some of the games. Where are the Lions?
Yeah.
Are you shocked? We haven't seen in all these marquee games. We haven't seen. There's plenty of Bears. There's Packers. Where's the Lions?
Yeah, I mean, the Lions got the toughest schedule in the NFL this year, so I was really hoping they wouldn't get called out for an international. Fortunately, Lions have one of the. There's a good post on X today about the travel schedule. Do you see this? The Chargers 34,000 miles, the most amount of miles of any team in history. Lions are at 8,000 miles, so they're at the very bottom of the travel schedule. So I'm glad they're not going too far away for too many of these games. But I think the Lions are clearly going to be on, I would guess, at least 4 national TV games. You know it's going to be Thanksgiving. So. You're probably going to get a Monday night. You're probably going to get a Sunday night. You're probably going to get maybe a Thursday, but it's got to be at least 4, I would say.
Man, I'll go over 4.
It'd probably be over 4.
I'll go over 4. You hosted the watch party for Game 4 for the Golden Knights at Edmonton last night.
Yeah.
Do the Knights have a chance in this series, or is it time for Las Vegas to turn its eyes towards those Aces?
Well, they looked terrible last night, but I would say it's funny. Stoke came back and they were just out of it. You never know. These games in many ways are coin flips to me. What do you think about this, about the goalie change? I mean, since the goalie change, obviously something different's happened with Edmonton.
Well, I mean, but that was necessitated by injury. The interesting thing is, if Picard is healthy, do you take Skinner out? He's won every game since you put him in. So We'll see how game 5 goes in Las Vegas.
The best player in the series, man, Carlson, in my opinion, which we haven't seen that in a little while. Carlson, and he's been there. Stone's been a little beat up, so he hasn't done that much.
Well, they certainly didn't put much pressure on Edmonton last night.
Jonathan Davis, he got the shutout. He was only 3rd star of the night. He didn't see any rubber. I mean, it was incredible.
Hey, you guys watch the Padre Angel game last night?
He had,
Okay, I'm sorry. I figured he was ready to talk about
that.
He needed that.
Oh, did he?
He needed that.
Crazy.
There was 4 walks. Get him out of there.
4 walks.
What are you doing?
And then you got a pinch hit grand slam from a guy hitting below 200. Unbelievable.
We needed that to knock a parlay out. The Padres were the last leg.
Okay.
Same
Give
deal.
Mike a raise then.
Yeah.
All right. Go all in. Circa Las Vegas, the ultimate getaway package. Just $400. 2-night stay at Circa. $100 dining credit. $100 beverage credit. And your own day bed at Stadium Swim where the party never stops. What a deal. $400. Valid through May 26th and September 4th. Lock it in now. The all-in summer package. CircaLasVegas.com. We'll see you next week. Can't wait to talk about the schedule tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Mr. Stevens. In Pocket, what we're betting coming up next.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The guy has an algorithm to determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
All right. Capitals team total under 2.5 winner. Anderson saves under winner. That's 4-0 in the series. And if you take out that empty net goal, I think the Capitals team totals will won every game as well. Golden Knights team total over. No dice there with the shutout from Skinner and a listless performance by Vegas. Pacers to win the East, 19-1. This is nuts. Cavs are up to 8.5 tonight, by the way. Unbelievable. I think it's absolute lunacy. Well, are you kidding me? Tatum, most points in the series. Curry, most threes in the series. What is this, the voodoo that you do, Ludo? Man, bad beats there. Stars minus 1.5 games against the Jets. See if they take them out in 5. Should be at least 6. The Exacta, Hurricanes over the Stars, 11-1. Pacers plus 8 tonight. Prove it, Cleveland. Prove it to me. Stars minus 140 tonight. It's up to 155. Mike's going to do something different with it, how he'll attack it. Right back with this on Thursday. It's won all 4 games of the series. Washington cannot generate enough offense and shots here against Carolina. Anderson under 21.5 saves. Freeman over total bases 1.5. He continues to mash and has been unbelievable during this hitting streak and what he's done the last 17 games. Right back to this tomorrow. VGK Edmonton first period over. Every Vegas playoff game has gone over in the first period but one. 9-1 to the over. Every first period has gone under in Carolina and Washington. They played 4 games. There's been a total of 1 goal scored in the first period. Right back with that in Game 5. Let's see.
All right, here we go. Peralta, I got to tell you, Paul, he's got 76 pitches through 5. I thought I was a big favorite at that point. 19 pitches into the 6th. He'd only recorded 1 out, and he got the hook. Timberwolves, no problem, -5. Jaden McDaniels.
Good call.
Over plus 110, over 1.5 assists gets there. Capitals Hurricanes first period's a winner. Brutal beat on the parlay with the Padres up 5-3 and the 4 walks in the 9th. And then first 5 under with Skeens was a winner.
Beautiful.
Pending, I have Panthers to win the series plus 185. And now what you're going to see, I'm going to get off this bet right now and take a winner on this. Maple Leafs to win the series plus 170. Paul, I'm done with it. The best 2 out of 3. Toronto has home ice. I'm not saying I'm out on the Leafs because they haven't won. So
you're not going to take Dennis Bernstein. Dennis Bernstein said an hour ago, let it ride.
Let it ride, Meister. Well, he gets testy with Hiller sometimes too. All right, Astros, first 5 money line. So that's Framber listed minus $1.38. I thought he pitched well against them 10 days ago in Kansas City, even though he got beat 2-0, didn't allow an earned run, complete game, 8 innings. And then we'll go with regulation with the Stars to beat the Jets. I can't imagine it's going to be 4-4 or 5-5. So we'll get the job done in regular. I co-sign on playing over 2.5, over 3.5, and maybe Pete some money on over 4.5 here. He hasn't held a team to under 5 goals yet on the road in this postseason. Hell of a.
Yep. Totally agree if you guys want to do that. And I know a lot of people laid 2.5 goals in the last game. That paid a nice price, and it's over 2.5 minus $2, over 3.5 plus money, over 4.5 is a big. I mean, Dennis is right. He can't stop a beach ball. These are incredible, staggering numbers. 1-9 last 10 on the road, and lost every road game here, and he's been pulled 4 of the last 5. Smarter bet start here, last all year long with VSiN Pro. For a limited time, we're slashing the price of our annual subscription, normally $240, now just $199. When you sign up, we'll throw in 2 months extra for free. 14 months of VSiN Pro, less than 50 cents a day. Promo code PRO. 14 months of every best bet, every host, every guest, the betting splits from DK and Circa, the 24/7 live video and the full show replays on the Watch app, all the special edition betting guides at vsin.com/subscribe now, promo code PRO. 14 months for $199, less than 50 cents a day. vsin.com/subscribe. Get it now. Adam Chernoff will be on the show Thursday. The winner of the Monday and Tuesday schedule announcement, the Minnesota Vikings. 8 home, 9 away, turns into 8-7-2. Arguably 9-7-1, since they will already be in the UK for the second game. Pittsburgh, Cleveland road games guaranteed not to be late season and cold for Minnesota as a dome team. Now 3 of the 7 true road games on the schedule are indoors. Interesting. You said, made a good point about that as well.
Well, you get through that 2-week travel deal. I think they got the favorable rest of the schedule.
Yeah. This is historic. It's never happened before. You got 2 teams same team back-to-back international games. You're going Ireland and then London with the Vikings. Schedule comes out tomorrow. Do you think it would, I guess if it's only 3 a year, it could be out of sight, out of mind. But do you think if they're going to do so many of these international games that it helps business and it's, top of mind awareness for the fan and the bettor that, hey, we're going to have a 6:30 game almost every week now?
Really? It tremendously hurts our business here.
Really?
Yeah, because people come in, there's all this energy and buzz, 8:30, 9:30 for all this slate of 10 o'clock games. But there's people that come in and buy this single game and sit here and watch the 6:30 game. And I just tell you, this may be anecdotal, but they're rarely good games, right? And
that's true. That is true.
I think it dampens the energy to start our day off here. I don't think it's great for our business. Now, maybe it's good for some bars business, right? Bars are open earlier. People are coming in. I don't think a lot of people in Las Vegas specifically are keen to get up early on Sunday morning after mostly have been out on Saturday night. The visitors I'm talking about. No, I think it's a net negative for us, actually.
Okay, good perspective.
The handle on the game is very low. Very low.
1-0 Guardians in the 4th against Milwaukee. 5.5 the total in play. Cleveland laying $3. Detroit and Boston, no score. First inning, 7.5 the in play. Detroit 160 on a money line. Jason Tatum today underwent successful surgery to repair a ruptured right Achilles tendon. No timetable, expected to make a full recovery. Well, let's put this in perspective. It took Kevin Durant 552 days to return to the court after tearing his Achilles. It also happened to Lillard. He's much older. Who knows when he comes back? DeMarcus Cousins, age injured 27, he returned 28. Rudy Gay, 30, 31. Wes Matthews, 28, 29. Kobe Bryant, 34, came back at 35. Chauncey Billups missed a year. Elton Brand, year and a half. LaFonso Ellis, Dominique Wilkins, same thing. He had been one of the most durable and successful players in the league since being selected in 2017. He turned 27 in March. But I don't think that's a bad tweet from Pat Forty, who said he's out. Their chances to win the title gone next year, and he's probably out all of next year as well, considering how long it took Durant to come back. And also, Durant did it in the finals when the crowd cheered, and Tatum does it in the second round. I can't believe how things have gone from we're huge favorites, we're going to repeat, this team's so good, and then they're sold for $6.1 billion. And now your payroll, you're looking at a $500 million payroll. You're not going to have Tatum. You got to get rid of Horford. You probably got to get rid of Holiday. What do you do with Porzingis? And you can't even make the conference finals.
You looking to make a lowball offer? You're selling this pretty hard. You trying to scoop in here, Paul?
That's crazy. Yeah. I want to stick it to Bob Ryan, too. We didn't want to hear it. Well, I love Bob, but
he'll address it after they lose. He'll be on the program the next day.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I can't believe you pay $6 billion and you can't get the arena either, which is another thing I can't imagine. So I wonder what I'm telling you. I wonder what this means for Missoula. if they go out in 5. I can't believe the meltdown in 3 of the games by this team. With all that talent, and they're so good, and Tatum has that type of game, and they've led by 14 points in every game. They've led by double digits at every game halftime, and 3 of the 4 games they were up 20. They're down 1. They're down 3-1.
Maybe they'll hire Mike Malone. Maybe he's a championship coach.
Yeah,
he's out
that's
there.
right. Yeah, why not? Do that. Mitchell's going to play, and you see an up to 8.5 too.
Will this game get to 10?
At that. God, I can't believe it. I know.
You're going to force me to bet it if it's 9, Paul.
You got to do it.
If it goes to 9, then I have to play.
Yeah, you have to. I'm with you. Coming up next, VSiN Primetime. Cashing out Joe Serralo, 11 p.m., and then buy the books at 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. as well. Great job, Maestro. Get your Colt Michael. Mitch back tomorrow. Jeff Seeley with golf. Matt Humans, and also Paul Bovey, live from New York, as he was at the last game and the season tickets that he has with the Knicks. He said the last time the Knicks were favored to win the East, 1998. The Knicks are favored to win the East. Haven't made the conference finals since 2000. Boston, what's more amazing, this the number tonight or Boston laying 4.5 tomorrow? We'll talk to you tomorrow. Good luck. Cash some tickets.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.